Honestly, that is kind of how I look upon this channel sometimes. Like, oh yeah, we're fine until we're really, really loud, and then we are less fine. Oh dear. There we go. It's the one stream my parents really watch every year, though. When we make the music, my parents like to watch it. I think they were a bit sad we couldn't do it on Christmas Eve this year because they got together with some other family members and I think they would have liked to have seen it. Oh dear, so shiny! I love it. Honestly, I love it so much. It's so nice and sparkly. I'm back from the graveyard switch. Watch stand-up and then it's almost noon. I don't know if I should sleep or keep going since I don't have to work the weekend. But do you have plans for the weekend? Like things you want to do? Like maybe cook a delicious meal? Or play with sand? Make sand art? I don't know. Maybe you're not the same as me, but energy. Very valuable, very valuable. And at first, like, oh, really? How did it go? Was it good? Do you feel more knowledgeable? Have a good time. Take care. I wish I was EU normally. Oh no, you're fine. Thank you so much for popping by. Thank you for gifting the Heckin subs as well. It's very kind of you. But yeah, enjoy your evening. Take care of yourself. I saw a peacock, peacock in Fat Face at Christmas, and my instant thought was I must buy it. Like, how could I make it? True, actually, yeah, you'd have the skills to make it easily, I see it. Wait a second. I am always the same though. I see it's like shiny, I'm like, I could buy it, or I could make it. Ugh. Normally it's the size of it that will decide it for me. If it's really, really big, then probably nah. I know lots about first aid, I believe. Hell yeah. Honestly, I might want to do a refresher course at some point. I am first aid trained, but it's been a really long time. So I would maybe want to go on a refresher course at some point. Yeah. It's just a useful skill to have. I don't know, I've only had to use it twice, which is honestly 2 more times than I probably would have ever wanted to use it. But, oh. Okay, technically I've had to use it properly twice. And then all the other times it's been useful background knowledge, but it's not exactly what we've had to do. Yeah. So yeah, don't rely on me for CPR, you just deal with the blood. Yeah, I've had 2 instances. One was, bless her, a very old lady. Well, she wasn't actually that old, but she was fairly old. It was like really icy and I was on my paper round and I watched her fall over and she cracked her head open, she broke her arm, both her wrists, and like she was fully concussed, she could not get up. She was kind of awake, sort of, but not really. She had her eyes open and she was there, but I think the bang on the head did a number on her. So there was that one where obviously we had to call the ambulance. I actually went into her house, which was nearby, and grabbed lots of blankets because it was snowing, and got her in recovery and did what I could to make sure she wasn't going unconscious. And then the other time I watched a car pulled out in front of a motorbike and the motorbike went wah, right over the top. And he was all right. He was fully in shock, and he did, I think, break some stuff, but he didn't notice immediately, and we couldn't get the motorbiking armor off him safely, so we mainly just got him out the road. And those are the only 2 times I've had to use it, and honestly both times were absolutely terrifying, and I'd be okay never having to use first aid again. It's very, very scary, but I do feel like at this point if I had to do it again I would be a bit out of practice. So yes. Oh, maybe friends want to go out. I feel like I would run out of energy, but if I chill at home and sleep early, I could be fit early tomorrow. I'm afraid that if I sleep now, I'd go back into my routine and be you know, there is nothing wrong with being awake all night unless you have work in the morning. But yeah, I am very much a routine lady. I go to bed at like 10:30 to 11, and I wake up at like between 7 and 8 normally. And that's good for me. I do sleep a lot. I get very sleepy. Oh, glad you were there then. Oh, she was lovely. I was really, really fortunate because she didn't know who I was because she was barely there, to be quite honest. But she could see who I was delivering papers for. So she got in contact with the paper people who then got in contact with me and was like, she's all right. Because like, you know, she went to in the ambulance and that was it. I don't know what happened to her after that. And like, I'll be quite honest, it really was weighing on my mind if she was okay, because she was